All right, so this week we're taking a deep dive into the world of AI.
Oh, very exciting.
It is.
Hmm.
Our listener wants to know where things are headed in 2025 and beyond.
Okay.
And they sent us this
Yeah.
giant stack of articles,
Wow.
all in German.
All in German. Yeah.
Looks like some experts out there have some pretty bold predictions, ready to try and decode them all.
Absolutely. I am ready when you are.
Okay, great. Well, let's jump in then. One thing that's really interesting is
Yeah.
all this talk about 2025 being this turning point for AI.
Well, we've been kind of hearing about AI for a while now, right? I mean, we saw all those flashy demos back in 2023.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then in 2024, everyone was sort of cautiously experimenting.
Right.
But 2025, this is where it feels like things are getting real. Like AI is really going to start becoming part of
I was going to say,
everyday life.
yeah, woven into the fabric of
Okay.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, seeing that theme everywhere in these articles, this
Yeah.
idea of moving past the hype, It's not just about being cool anymore.
It's not about the gee whiz factor anymore, right? It's about like AI actually having to prove itself.
Exactly.
Like, Kelly Forbes from the AI Asia Pacific Institute, she talks about this. Businesses are going to be demanding results. They want to see a clear return on their investment,
Right. And they want to know, like,
which means
okay,
AI has to solve real problems.
yeah, make things better.
Tangible benefits, demonstrably. And that means education is key, right? Like people need to really understand what AI can and cannot do.
Absolutely. And speaking of things that AI can do,
Yeah.
one of the trends that really jumped out at me
Okay.
was this focus on authenticity.
Oh, interesting.
And now that might sound kind of strange when we're talking about machines.
Yeah.
But it seems like in this age of AI, authenticity is going to be a big deal.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it makes sense. We're already seeing all these deep fakes,
Yeah.
all this AI-generated content that can be really convincing. Dr. Raman Chowdhury, the CEO of Humane Intelligence, she put it well. She said, we need to be able to trust the information we're consuming. And in a world where AI can create anything, well, knowing that something has been vetted by a human, that's going to be a mark of authenticity.
That's going to be like the gold standard.
Exactly.
So it's not just about spotting fake news.
Yeah.
It's about knowing
I
that you
think
can
that's cool.
trust the whole AI ecosystem.
Data, right.
Yeah, if you don't trust the data,
Yeah.
you can't trust the insights that come from it.
Exactly. And that brings us to another key trend, which is applicability.
Oh,
So it's not enough for AI to just be authentic.
right.
It also has to be useful, right? Businesses need to see how AI is going to solve their specific problems, how it's going to deliver those tangible benefits.
Right, so it has to be trustworthy and it has to be practical.
Exactly.
Okay. But, some of these articles are also talking about this idea of agentic AI.
Oh.
And that sounds a little bit more, well, futuristic.
Right.
Are we talking about like robots taking over the world here?
Well, not taking over, no. I think it's more like, think of it like an AI agent is a program
Yep.
that can perform tasks autonomously.
Oh, so kind of like a
And it can
realistic
even
program.
collaborate with other AI agents.
Oh, wow.
Like Nina Schick from Temang Ventures.
Yeah.
She predicts that by 2030, these multi-agent systems, they're going to be commonplace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of just giving us data points,
Right.
these agents would be able to take action,
Yes.
make decisions.
Precisely. And this is where it gets really interesting because these AI agents can be customized to your specific needs. Imagine you have a whole team of AI agents working for you,
Okay.
each with their own specialized skills. One might be gathering information.
Wow.
Another one is analyzing the data. And a third is like presenting the results to you in a way that you can easily understand.
Oh, okay. So it's like having this army of super efficient assistants.
Exactly.
Wow. But, I mean, does this mean humans are becoming obsolete?
Well, that's where the idea of human-centric design comes in.
Okay.
Dr. Michael Bronstein from Oxford, he's been talking about this. He says that AI should be a tool to augment human capabilities, not to replace them.
Okay.
So it's about designing AI systems that are aligned with human values and goals. It's about empowering us to do more, not less.
Right. So it's not humans versus machines.
Oh.
It's humans and machines working together
That's the idea.
to achieve more.
Working together, yeah. And it's a powerful one because we're seeing this shift away from this fear of AI taking over and moving towards a more nuanced understanding of how AI can enhance our lives and, make us more effective.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, one of the articles from Pegasystems, they lay out these 5 key factors
Oh, yeah.
that they think are going to shape the AI landscape in 2025.
Yeah.
So they talk about increased competition in foundational AI models, the rise of agentic AI, which we just talked about, a renewed focus on non-generative AI,
Uh-huh.
the push for pragmatic AI governance, and then the influence of this new generation of AI-savvy employees.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
It is.
But it's interesting, right? Because we're seeing this real maturing of the AI landscape. It's not just about the hype anymore. There's a more pragmatic understanding of what AI can do and how it can be used effectively.
So less about chasing the shiny new thing, more
Exactly.
about finding the right tool for the job.
Yeah, and that makes sense because as AI becomes more powerful and more, well, pervasive,
Yeah.
it's natural that we start asking some tougher questions about how it's developed and deployed and governed.
Right, we have to.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break down some of these factors a little bit. So
Okay.
Pegasystems mentions this shift towards personalization in AI models.
Yeah.
What exactly does that mean?
So basically, it means moving away from these one-size-fits-all AI solutions. Instead of relying on just these generic models, businesses are going to be looking for AI systems that can be tailored to their specific needs and their data.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so think about it like this. Instead of using just like a generic language model for customer service, a company could develop one that's specifically trained on their product catalog and their customer interaction history.
Oh, that's interesting. Right.
So instead of getting a generic chatbot response,
Right.
you'd get an answer that's actually relevant to your situation.
Exactly. And it's not just about customer service either.
Oh, okay.
This trend towards personalization,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to impact everything
Wow.
from marketing and sales to product development and operations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And of course, Pegasystems also highlighted the rise of agentic AI,
right.
which we've already touched on. They're suggesting that these AI agents are going to become increasingly autonomous and capable.
They're going to be like extensions of ourselves in the digital world. Yeah. So could you elaborate a little bit more on that? Like, how does agentic AI actually make generative AI better?
So imagine an AI agent that can interpret your complex requests and then use generative AI to create those custom solutions.
Okay.
So for example, a marketing team could task an agent with like creating a targeted ad campaign.
Okay.
And then that agent could use generative AI to generate ad copy,
Oh, wow.
select images, and even personalize a campaign for different demographics.
So it's like having this whole AI creative team
Exactly.
working for you.
And that's just one example. I mean, the potential applications are pretty much limitless.
Limitless. Wow. So this is all incredibly fascinating. But Pegasystems also reminds us that, amidst all this focus on agentic AI and generative AI,
Yeah.
we can't forget about non-generative AI.
Right.
They argue that it's going to continue to play this vital role
Absolutely.
in things like rational decision-making and problem-solving.
Yeah, like think about data analytics and process optimization, predictive modeling. These are all areas where non-generative AI excels. It's not a case of one replacing the other.
Right.
It's about using the right tool for the job.
It's about understanding the strengths of each
Exactly.
and leveraging them strategically.
Exactly.
But as these AI systems become more complex, more capable, how do we make sure that they're actually being used responsibly?
That's a great question.
Yeah, Pegasystems mentions the EU AI Act as kind of this driving force for pragmatic AI governance.
Yeah, well, the EU AI Act is kind of a landmark piece of legislation
Yeah.
that aims to regulate the development and use of AI systems, particularly those that are considered high risk. It's sort of like a rule book for AI designed to make sure that AI is being used safely and responsibly.
Great.
It sets standards for transparency and accountability and human oversight.
Right, so it's not just about preventing AI from doing harm.
No.
It's also about ensuring that AI is being used in a way that benefits society as a whole.
Exactly. And the EU AI Act is just one example. We're seeing similar efforts to regulate AI all over the world.
Right? Like this is a global conversation.
It is, yeah.
So it seems like we're at this really critical juncture
It feels that way.
where the decisions we make today are going to have a huge impact on how AI shapes our world.
Absolutely. And this is where that final factor that Pegasystems highlights comes in.
Yeah.
The influence of a new generation of AI-savvy employees. These are people who have grown up with AI. They're comfortable using it in their personal and professional lives.
Right. It's like second nature to them.
Exactly. And they're going to be the ones driving innovation in this space. So they're going to be the ones pushing businesses to adopt AI in new and creative ways.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
No.
It's also about the people who are using it.
Exactly. That human element is essential in shaping the future of AI.
Yeah. Now, amidst all this talk of practical applications and responsible development, there's this big looming question about superintelligence and the potential for AGI, that's artificial general intelligence.
Right.
Some of these articles are even mentioning these bold predictions that AGI could be a reality as early as 2025 or 2026.
Yeah.
Should we be concerned?
That's the million-dollar question. Right. And it's one that I think we should definitely delve into in more detail.
Okay, let's do it.
We were just talking about those predictions about AGI, you know?
Yeah, those bold predictions.
Machines that can think and reason like humans.
Or even surpass us, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a topic that gets people talking.
I mean, it sounds like science fiction.
Right.
But these aren't just like theories anymore.
No.
Sam Altman from OpenAI and Dario Amodei from Anthropic.
Right.
They're putting AGI on the horizon as early as 2025, 2026.
Yeah, those are some pretty serious names in the AI world, so
Yeah.
their predictions definitely carry weight.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
It does.
Are we on the cusp of like this technological revolution, unlike anything we've ever seen?
It really does.
And if we are,
Yeah.
what does that mean for us? Are we talking about like a future where machines are calling the shots?
Yeah, I mean, that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
And to be honest, a little bit unsettling.
Right.
Because the development of AGI, it brings up all these issues that we haven't really fully grappled with.
Like what kinds of issues?
Well, if machines can think and act independently,
Yeah.
how do we ensure that they align with human values?
Yeah. How do we maintain control?
Exactly.
It's like we're opening up this Pandora's box of possibilities,
Yeah.
but we don't really have a clear understanding of the consequences.
Holger Hoos, he's an AI researcher at RWTH Aiken University.
Okay.
He's been very vocal about this.
Yeah.
He argues that we're just not ready for the ethical and philosophical challenges that come with AGI.
Oh, wow.
He's worried that we're rushing towards this technological finish line without really thinking about the implications.
Yeah. That's a sobering thought.
It is.
But, I mean, are there any efforts being made to address these concerns?
Well, you mentioned the EU AI Act earlier,
Yeah.
and that's a good example of a proactive approach.
Oh.
The Act specifically called out AI systems that pose an unacceptable risk,
Okay.
including systems that might lead to uncontrolled superintelligence.
Oh, wow.
So there's definitely an awareness of the potential dangers,
Okay.
and there are steps being taken to try and mitigate them.
Yeah, because this is a global issue, right?
Absolutely. It's not just about what happens in Europe.
It's a conversation that needs to happen on an international level.
Exactly. We need global cooperation, shared ethical frameworks,
Yeah.
to make sure that AGI, if and when it arrives, is developed and deployed responsibly.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential benefits of AI.
Right.
We've touched on some of the, the more existential risks.
The big questions.
Yeah, but what about the more immediate practical applications of AI in the business world?
Right.
We're hearing a lot about how AI is going to revolutionize everything,
Yeah.
from customer service to manufacturing.
Everything's going to be different.
Is that all hype, or is there some substance to these claims?
Well, there's definitely some substance there. Progress. They're a software company that focuses on AI solutions.
Okay.
They've released some pretty interesting predictions about how businesses will be leveraging AI in 2025.
Yeah.
They highlight 5 key areas: automated AI compliance, enhanced teamwork, hyper-personalization, autonomous AI agents, and intelligent adaptive search.
Oh, wow. So those are some pretty big buckets.
Yeah.
Let's try to break those down one by one.
All right, let's do it.
What exactly is automated AI compliance?
Okay, so think about it this way.
Yeah.
As AI regulations like the EU AI Act come into effect,
Yeah.
businesses are going to need a way to make sure they're complying with all those rules.
Right.
So automated AI compliance is basically using AI itself
Oh, wow.
to monitor other AI systems,
I was interested.
detect potential biases, generate reports to demonstrate compliance.
So it's like AI policing AI.
It's like having an AI watchdog,
Wow.
making sure all the other AIs are playing by the rules.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about enhanced teamwork?
Oh, yeah.
How's AI going to change the way we work together?
So imagine a world where your virtual meetings are automatically transcribed and summarized,
Oh, wow.
where your project management tools anticipate your needs and suggest next steps,
Oh, okay.
where your collaborative documents adapt to your individual work style.
That's interesting.
AI can streamline communication, automate tasks, personalize the work experience,
Yeah.
make teams more efficient and productive.
Sounds like AI is the ultimate team player.
Exactly. And this is especially important in this new age of hybrid work,
Right.
where teams are spread across different locations and time zones.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's hyper-personalization.
Right.
I feel like we're already seeing a lot of this.
We are, yeah.
with online shopping recommendations and targeted ads.
Uh-huh.
But it sounds like things are going to get even more personalized.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get a lot more personal because
Okay.
AI is going to be able to analyze all this data about your behaviors, your preferences, your interactions, and it's going to use that data to create these really tailored experiences for you.
Okay.
Whether you're shopping for a new product, listening to music, or even getting medical treatment.
Wow.
It's really about creating a world that feels custom built for you.
Yeah, like it's made just for me.
Exactly. And it raises some interesting questions about privacy and control, but the potential is definitely there.
Yeah, huge potential.
Yeah.
And what about those autonomous AI agents that we were talking about earlier?
Yes.
How do they fit into the business world?
So think of them as your superpowered personal assistants.
Well,
They can gather information, analyze data, generate reports, even take actions on your behalf.
oh, wow.
They can handle all those tedious tasks that bog you down,
Oh, yeah.
free you up to focus on the strategic, creative aspects of your work.
So it's not just about AI giving us insights.
Right.
It's about AI actually doing things for us.
Exactly, which is a pretty big game changer.
It is a game changer.
Yeah, and it raises some important questions about oversight and accountability. But the potential benefits are enormous.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine having an AI agent that can handle your email and schedule your meetings and draft your reports.
All while learning and adapting to your preferences.
Wow. Okay, that's powerful.
Yeah.
And finally, there's intelligent adaptive search.
Right.
What's so intelligent about it?
Well, think about it this way.
Yeah.
Traditional search engines, they're pretty good at finding what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But only if you know exactly what to ask.
Right.
Intelligent adaptive search goes further. It tries to understand your intent,
Okay.
even if you don't articulate it perfectly.
Interesting.
It takes into account your context, your preferences, your past search history.
So it's like having a research assistant.
Exactly.
Who knows my work?
Knows you inside and out.
Better than I do.
Yeah, and the more you use it, the better it gets.
Okay, so we've got automated AI compliance, enhanced teamwork, hyper-personalization, autonomous AI agents, intelligent adaptive search.
It's a lot.
Sounds like businesses are going all in on AI.
They are, and for good reason. AI has the potential to create enormous value,
Yeah.
improve efficiency, enhance the customer experience.
But of course, with any powerful tool, there are potential downsides
There are.
that we need to be aware of.
Absolutely.
And that's something I think we should definitely explore further. So we've been talking about all this amazing potential of AI.
It is exciting.
It is.
Mhm.
But we need to be realistic too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all sunshine and roses.
No, it's not a magic bullet.
There are some real concerns out there.
There are.
And one that keeps coming up in these articles
Yeah,
is data privacy.
right.
With all this talk of hyper-personalization and AI analyzing our every move, how can we be sure our information is being handled responsibly?
Well, that's the key question, isn't it?
Yeah.
These AI systems, especially these large language models we've been talking about,
Right.
they thrive on data.
Mhm.
And a lot of that data is personal information.
Heaven.
So how do we balance the benefits of AI with the need to protect individual privacy?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is, yeah.
It feels like this constant tension between convenience and control.
Right.
We want AI to make our lives easier,
Of course.
but we also don't want to give up our privacy in the process.
Well, I think transparency is key.
Okay.
Companies need to be upfront about what data they're collecting,
Yeah.
how they're using it, what steps they're taking to protect it.
We need more than just like a privacy policy
Right.
that nobody reads.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as consumers, we need to be informed
Right.
and make conscious choices about what data we're willing to share.
It's almost like we need a nutritional label for AI.
Oh, I like that.
Like ingredients,
Yeah.
10 billion web pages, 2 million personal emails, a dash of social media posts.
Yeah.
Like we need to know what we're feeding these AI systems
Exactly. We need to know what's going into them and what the potential implications are.
for our privacy.
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, another challenge that comes up
Yeah.
is this need for continuous learning and upskilling.
Oh, absolutely.
It feels like AI is evolving so rapidly that even the experts are struggling to keep up.
Yeah, it's tough.
How are regular people supposed to stay ahead of the curve?
Well, it's a huge challenge.
Yeah.
The skills that are in demand today might be outdated tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think we're entering this era where lifelong learning is essential.
So are we saying that everybody needs to become a programmer or a data scientist?
Not necessarily,
Okay.
but we do need to be adaptable, curious,
Yeah.
willing to embrace new technologies and new ways of thinking.
Right. So it's not just about learning technical skills.
No.
It's about developing those critical thinking skills,
Right.
problem-solving skill,
Yeah.
and the ability to adapt to change,
Exactly. Those are the skills that'll be most valuable in the long run.
regardless of what specific technologies emerge.
It's about being flexible.
Yeah. And looking at this stack of articles,
A big stack.
it is a big stack.
Lots to think about.
It's clear that AI is going to have a profound impact on the world.
Yeah.
We've talked about the potential benefits, the challenges, the big looming questions.
The existential questions.
Yeah, about superintelligence and the future of humanity.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But at the end of the day, it comes down to this.
Yeah.
What does this all mean for you, our listener?
Right. What does it mean for the individual?
How will AI impact your life, your work, your future?
Big questions.
Big questions. What steps can you take today to prepare for this AI-powered future?
Yeah. Are you ready?
What skills can you develop to stay ahead of the curve?
Right. What can you do?
How can you contribute to shaping this future in a positive and responsible way?
It's exciting and a little scary.
It is.
Yeah.
These are big questions, and there are no easy answers.
No,
But they're questions we all need to be thinking about.
we do.
The future of AI isn't predetermined.
Yeah.
It's something we're creating together.
We are. Yeah.
Through our choices, our actions, our collective vision
It's collaborative.
for the world we want to live in.
It is.
Yeah, so keep exploring, stay curious, and be an active participant in shaping this AI-powered future.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.